robots, romance, a futuristic love story. It can only be one Broadway show. Cats. Just kidding. Maybe happy ending. Hey friends, if you're new here, my name is Katharine Quinn. I am a 30-something living in New York City and working on Broadway. Last year I worked on Shucked and How to Dance in Ohio. This year I've been working on The Great Gatsby, The Roommate on Broadway, Spells of the Sea at the Kennedy Center, other shows TBD. As always, the vlog fam is the first to know. And today we are talking about the Broadway show Maybe Happy Ending, which begins previews tonight. Is this a good show for you? Who's in the show? Where is the show? What's the vibe? What do you need to know? Has it had previous productions? How did they do? We're gonna unpack all of that in a very short amount of time. As always, I'm going to mark chapters down below. I like to respect your time here, so let's get into it. First things first, tonight is first preview. As of the day of releasing this video, October 12th, 2024, Maybe Happy Ending is performing on Broadway. It's worth noting that this show did have a bit of a hiccup in terms of getting up and running. Due to the technology in the show and supply chain shortages, they delayed their performance about a month. There were also some rumors of, was the show actually gonna make it to Broadway, was it not? And if you're seeing this video, then it made it to Broadway, and I'm so grateful because it's supposed to be a truly, truly, truly beautiful show. Maybe Happy Ending is set to open on Broadway on November 12th, 2024 at the Belasco Theater, a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous theater east of Broadway, unfortunately, but still a great theater. It's beautiful. There's also a Belasco apartment. It's a video for another time, but How to Dance in Ohio was also at the Belasco Theater, and I still haven't been to the apartment, so actually I should try to pull some favors and make that happen. But it's literally in the building that has the theater, and it's like decrepit and falling apart, but like beautiful. That whole space is just really, really cool. But anyway, you can make friends and go visit the apartment, but it's not up to code, so it's not like you can go do a tour or anything. Anyway, I digress. The two principals in this show are Darren Criss and Helen J Shen. This marks Helen J Shen's Broadway debut. I had the great fortune of being invited to the Meta offices for a little like Broadway influencer moment, and Helen J Shen was one of the performers there, and she sang like, I don't know, 5 feet away from me. Her voice, her spirit, her energy, good vibes. I only want great things for her as a performer. Wonderful. Spin off somewhere. Darren Criss you probably know from Glee, or Little Shop of Horrors, or Hedwig, or Ryan Murphy's Gianni Versace Netflix show.
Thank you, good night.
Let's get into the creative team. Behind the scenes, we've got a powerhouse creative team. The music is by Will Aronson with lyrics by Hugh Park. These two also collaborated on the book. Park is a former K-pop lyricist who met Aronson when they were studying at NYU. And directing this entire production is Michael Arden, who is known for really a fabulous Tony Award speech that got bleeped out 2 years ago for Parade, Best Direction of a Musical. He also directed Once on This Island, the one that was effectively a fabulous sandbox with Alex Newell. With his track record of, I don't know, it's not always like the Broadway, and I really like that. I'm just excited to see this production. Let's get into this show's journey to Broadway. This show premiered in South Korea in 2016, where it was a massive hit. It won 6 Korean Musical Awards, which presumably are like the Korean Tonys. Then they created an English language version, which won the 2017 Richard Rodgers Production Award. And then in 2020, Maybe Happy Ending had its US premiere at the Alliance Theater. There is an anecdote that I have heard, industry tea if you will, that going into the production it had some of the lowest sales that Alliance had ever had in its history, and by the time either it opened or like it had had like a week of performances, it sold better than like any show in Alliance history. So this is a show that will live or die based on word of mouth. I desperately wish it had more word of mouth going into this production. You know, there's much to be said about original musicals and how hard they are to bring to the Broadway market and the challenges surrounding that, and how do you educate people about a brand new show, and even having a name like Darren Criss still makes that prospect incredibly challenging. I'm curious, if you're watching this video, have you seen social media from Maybe Happy Ending? Did you know about Maybe Happy Ending? Like, did you come searching for it, or did you just discover this video? I'm curious how you came to learn about the show. Also worth noting, just while we're here, Korea has a massive musical theater scene. I have only become really truly aware of this through working on The Great Gatsby with a Korean lead producer and understanding what the dynamics are in Korea. It's next level. Like, will travel, can't wait to travel, must go see theater in South Korea. I can't wait. So what is Maybe Happy Ending about? No spoilers. Maybe Happy Ending transports us to Seoul, South Korea circa 2050. Our main characters are Oliver and Claire, 2 helper bots who are considered obsolete in this futuristic world. We're giving Wall-E. Oliver is living a quiet, solitary life in a one-room apartment, content with his jazz records and houseplant. Claire, his neighbor, knocks on his door one day to borrow a charger. Oh, this explains the branding. The logo looks like a little Apple chargy pad. This simple interaction kicks off an unexpected friendship that blossoms into, well, maybe love. They embark on a road trip together, but they have one rule: don't fall in love. But as we know, the heart, or in this case, the central processing unit, wants what it wants. The show explores themes of love, loneliness, and what it means to be human in an increasingly technological world. What happens when technology becomes obsolete? And in a world where everything is replaceable, is love the one thing that never goes out of style? Low-key, come on, how beautiful does that plot sound? I'm rooting for this show. I just saw Big Gay Jamboree by Marla Mendel, and there's such fun commentary on contemporary musical theater and how generally annoying it is. But this is like the best of contemporary musical theater. I'm very excited. I'm very, very hopeful. Style and design. Visually, Maybe Happy Ending is going to inevitably be a feast for the eyes. The fact that we waited a month for video projection elements to arrive indicates to me that this is going to be quite a visual spectacle. Plus, it's Michael Arden, so it's going to be a visual feast. Dane Laffrey is doing our set design. Ginormous fan of his work. Cannot wait to see this technological world. How has the show been received historically? All right, well, we already covered that in Korea this was a massive hit. Critics praised its emotional depth and innovative concept. The Atlanta production in 2020 received mixed reviews. Many critics loved the ambition and visual flair of the show, but they felt that the central story and score needed a little bit more development. It's been 4 years though. Lots of work has likely been done. Who is this for? I mean, low-key, it sounds like if you're into Severance or Her or You, it's for you. But also, it gives me like Amelie vibe, or like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I should not be spinning on the spot. Forgive me, I'm just getting excited. If you're into musical comedy, if you're into sweet, intimate stories, if you're into a more cerebral romantic comedy, this is probably a great show for you. Also, if you're a fan of Darren Criss, obviously come see the show. I'm very excited to check out this show. I truly cannot wait. I really hope it has a lovely little life on Broadway. If you are here, I want to know what brought you here. Why are you watching this video? What questions do you have? What are you excited for about Maybe Happy Ending? If you want my quick and dirty rundown of the entire Broadway season, I actually have that available right up here. Shorter versions of basically everything that we know that's been announced so far. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, it means so much to me and my new YouTube channel if you like, comment, and/or subscribe. It's the surest way to let the YouTube algorithm know what wonderful people to push this video out to, people just like you. I invite you to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and it's Katharine Quinn. I'll see you in the comment section, and thank you for watching. Bye.